Buddy, today marks 65 years since the landmark Supreme Court ruling in Brown versus Board of Education, which declared that school segregation is unconstitutional. But on this anniversary, and in fact over the past few decades, there have been some signs that segregation is on the rise. And joining us now to discuss this is the former Commissioner of Education here in Massachusetts and now with the Harvard Graduate School of Education, Paul Revel. Thank you so much for coming back onto the show. We appreciate it.
Good to be here, Liam.
So as we were saying, 1954 was this ruling. There's a report out just recently from UCLA and Penn State saying that students in America are increasingly attending racially isolated schools. So 65 years after this ruling, it seems we're going backwards. Why is that? And is that the case here in Massachusetts as well as nationally?
You had this monumental ruling declaring that racial segregation was illegal, and you had some progress. It took a while to get going, to actually kick in, but you had some progress in the 60s and in the 70s toward desegregation, but then a relaxation of the pressure that was put legally on communities to desegregate and some falling back till you get to the point where we are now, which shows the remarkable resilience of segregation and segregationist tendencies in our society, many of which follow the patterns of housing and where we live, where people choose to live. I often say that the biggest form of school choice that exists isn't charter schools or public school versus private school. It's where you choose to live, what community you choose to live in.
Boston Public Schools, we had this alarming report. It was a couple of months ago from the Spotlight team at the Boston Globe showing that the valedictorians at Boston's high schools, more of them ended up homeless. These are the valedictorians than completed medical school. How did we fail that badly? How did that happen?
I think the reasons for that are complex. People were quick to jump on the bandwagon and blame the Boston Public Schools for not adequately preparing them to be successful in college. And while that may have been true in some cases, there's some evidence to support that. In many other cases, what you find if you bear down on those stories and look at them closely is that the circumstances of the lives of those students, the effects of poverty, economic disadvantage, the challenges of being the first person in your family to go to college, financial challenges, academic challenges, interpersonal challenges that arise. If you don't have much wealth, you tend to lack the elements of resilience that enable you to survive crises in college. So a number of them dropped out of college or had to forestall completing their college education simply because distractions arose in their personal lives that pulled them away from focusing in on academic success.
And in fact, at the Ed Redesign Lab at the Harvard Graduate School of Education, you have this individual success plan idea. We've had the idea of the individual education plan in American education for a long time.
That's right.
But this is more comprehensive than that. What is this?
What we're suggesting is a bit like a medical record, only this is an education and child development record that starting at birth, the adults who are focused on this community, the family, the educators, come together and say, what does this child need inside and outside of school in order to achieve well-being and school success? And we begin planning in early childhood to meet the needs of that child. If they happen to already have access to early childhood education, then they don't need it. But if they don't have access, we need to plan to provide that. If they need mental health services and can't get them through school, which isn't a mental health agency after all, we need to make provision for that. If they need summer learning opportunities, that needs to be in the picture. So you'd have a plan that is like a medical record that says, here's what the student needs, and here's what the adults are going to do to meet that need.
And you're piloting this at 7 cities across the country.
That's right.
Seeing whether or not this can work. It's been going on for a year now. Are there signs of success that if you create this holistic approach with each kid and a plan for success, that it can work?
Well, what we see is a sign that this is a really important departure point. It's like naming the problem, naming the challenge. So if we both sort of symbolically and practically make adults aware that these needs exist inside and outside of school, and that there are elements and agencies in the community who can address them, we have the first step toward bringing about solutions and preparing young people, again, to come to school every day ready to learn.
Paul Revel, former education commissioner here in Massachusetts and with the Harvard Graduate School of Education. Thank you so much for your work that you're doing and for joining us here on
Thank you, Liam, for having me and for considering these ideas.